Hello, hello. I'm Li Hao. Welcome back to the Svelte weekend. Uh Finally it's weekend again and time flies. It's Sunday um on the 27th of November today. Supposed to do it on Saturday, right? At least I've been doing it on Saturday, but I have something else on yesterday, so not sure anyone of you still around, or maybe disappointed it wasn't yesterday, but well, we do it today. Okay. Yeah, and it's Sunday, and tomorrow for me it's a Sunday night for me, and tomorrow is gonna work tomorrow, Monday morning. It's a bit of Monday blue. Probably I'm gonna do a slightly quick, shorter one today. Okay. And I was thinking about it, like what should I work on, and I guess maybe we can do um cell styles. I'm not sure whether you see the title, but it's gonna be about maybe a bit of styling of the cells, right? In your Google Sheet, you probably will see that you can make your cell bold, make it underline, make it maybe a different font size, color, things like that. So today we're gonna try to set up a little bit of it, try a little bit. Um, I think I have not built the format bar on top of my Google Sheet. If you take a look over here, this is what we have done so far. We have a sheet, right? Over the past Svelte weekends, we have built up the sheet. We have built up some menu bars over here. Um, yeah. Oh, I think there's something wrong with the exact index here. I need to fix it. Um, but we don't have this thing on top where if you look at Google Sheets, you see that you have more things where you can do to style your cells. We haven't built that up. So um yeah, let me think. But anyway, I think at least we still have a format like the text, like we can make it bold, italic, underline, strike through. I think we can do that. We can change the font size as well. So so hopefully we are able to go in and try to maybe make it bold and make it different. Make it bold and style it, have the different cells style it differently, right? So hopefully we today in this live stream we are going to try to set that up a little bit, and then yeah, explore how we can do that, right? So that's it. So I'm seeing some comments over here. Brett, you are here. Hi, happy weekend to you as well. And okay, and let's get back to it. Well, let's see. So here we have, let's see. Let's take a look a bit of our code and see where we can change this, right? So, um, more, if you're not familiar with the code so far, uh, can watch the previous live streams. Um, I'm not sure you noticed, like my face gone dark a bit. I guess that's because of dark mode. So if I have my screen showing like white background, then it's like a natural lighting. Let's see whether I can on a bit of my uh, yeah, hopefully not too glaring. Yep. Hopefully not too glaring, but I can have a little bit of lighting, but still it's okay. I mean, most important is the code looks nice. Anyway, let's get back to this. So you can watch the previous live stream if not sure about what we have done so far. If you want to see how we can build this Google Sheet, so a quick recap what we have done is we have this sheet of cells. This is like a Google Sheet clone. We have some menu bar. I think I've talked about that. We have keyboard navigation, keyboard cell navigation, when you can press arrow keys and move up, down, and then you can also hold down the command key or control key where you can scroll all the way to the end, right? That's what we have done so far. In the last week, we focused a bit more on the UX side of the cell, where we can hit delete to clear a cell. We can go in, we can type on the cell immediately, and as you type, you can see that the cell editing, the input box grows, right, as we type. And if you clear up, there's like a minimum width, and then it will grow. So this is what we've done last weekend. So over here today, we are going to um, see how we can style the cells right now. Okay, so if you take a look over here on the code, most of the logic wise, I believe is in this file called Svelte, where we create a cell. Right here, we set up like stars and logics to update a formula star and a yeah, the formula and the display value star. So let's see. Tup, tup, tup. And I think we have a file. I think last week we created a file called the types, where we can define what is the type for each of a cell, the data for the cell, right? So it contains a cell, like the data type of that cell, where we use it to render at each cell. We have a row column number, and then display value is the value that it displays. You can see here 323, but formula over here is what you type in, right? So you can see type in G7, and this is the formula, but the display value is actually 323. Okay, so you have these two. And I guess now we can add one more thing to it, which is like styles, right? Because we want to control um, whether like what are the styles that we can apply on this um, cell. And let's see. I think we would want. I think first of all, it's definitely going to be a writable star, so we can set the style. Uh, Of course, I think like so. Next thing is like what it's gonna be. What does it contain, right? So the style. Let's see. We can have a. We can have a. Let's see. We can have a map. Um, or sets. Okay, we're gonna make it a record of um a record of a string and some value. And here I'm gonna make it maybe just say unknown for now. I'm not sure what are the values. Right. So here this style gonna be a mapping of of strings and values. So for example, your style could be maybe looks like uh maybe like bold to true, or maybe font size to 56, 46. Hmm. I think we should make it. I think we can create a new type called style and types cell style. Think because different key probably will have different type of value that we want. Like bold is supposed to be a boolean, cannot be a number, right? So maybe it's easier for us to know what we have. Maybe we can define it over here. So say for example, bold is boolean. Font style, font size is maybe a number. So Svit cell style should be here. Okay. Um. Yep. I think we can make it like this, and let's see. So here, we're gonna need to create create Svit. Here now we will have to create a new to have the style is equal to writable value. Let's make it an empty object for now. Okay. Um. Okay. I think that's it. So I think what we need to do is maybe go to the um. Okay, let's try something simple first. If we come to the menu bar, um, wait, hold on. What do we have? Action bar, menu bar, menu. Okay, so here, eh, we have the bowl, right? Action is not implemented, so now we of course need to define the action. I think none of the action is implemented. So let's also needs to define what is an action. A menu item action, menu action is it's right now an just a normal function. Okay, so I think what we should pass in is probably a the s- the cell that we are. Yeah, this should take in a cell that we are looking at. So here, say for example, speed cell, or maybe we make it an object first. Uh, context, right? So here we are going to a menu actions is supposed to be a function, and this function we're gonna pass in a parameter which is like an object, which will have the cell as the object that has the cell as the one of the parameters, right? So that later on, what we can do here is that in the bold, say for example, we have bold. What we can do is now we can say this cell, right? This cell is the switch cell. We can say style dot set or update um, updates the cell value. I feel like I don't want the default writable, but anyway, let's do it like this first. Dot bool equals to true. Style. Something like this, right? So that's why you see why I want to pass the cell as one of the parameters over here, so that later on in action we can actually, when we click on it, we can get the cell, the current cell that we are focused on, and get the style, and then we're gonna update the style. Um, so here, of course, in the menu, this is where we render our menu. We should also, I think, where's the action? Each menu data name. What is going on over here? Menu data on mouse. What is happening? Drop down. A what is happening over here? Okay, so let's clean up a bit on the type check. Okay, menu child is a type name icon children, type name icon children. I think it's called a menu, right? Um, okay, menu. Oh, a menu array. Do we have a type called menu array? Oh, it's okay. I think here we okay. Then type. Wait, what is in the menu? Children base menu. Ah, um, we're confused right now. Name does not exist on menu. Do I not have name? Huh. This type is a bit weird. Anyway, uh, let's feel bad now. What is this? Let's okay. Anyway, I think this action over here, we can't call this action directly, right? I will try to look at and see how we're gonna fix this a type checking. But over here, anyway, we on our click, we are gonna call action. But we're gonna when we call action, we actually want to call the action based on the current cell that we are selecting on, right? So here the cell, ah man, the type checking is bad. I need to fix this type checking. Why is not type exist on? Okay. Okay, I know. Base menu. Menu. Okay. I think something is wrong over here. Menu. Let me do it this way. Let me clean it up a bit on the type. So this is either this one, where the type is a menu, or a divider. Okay. And then the menu item is also like will this fix the okay, now we have type and then we are not sure about this. Right. Makes sense because we have either a divider which has nothing and then a menu that has something. Right. So here probably we're gonna not getting all of them first. And here maybe cons. Oh no. Children. Oh man. What is wrong with this? Okay. What if I don't have this? Then I am. Oh man. I'm struggling with the type check. Oh my god. I just want it to work. Uh, let's see. Okay, so here, nested children name action. Okay, so here my name, they are all, okay, I'm gonna make the type as the menu. Menu over here. Here I'm gonna all of them gonna add some type. Please you TypeScript. Why are you doing this? Anyway, okay. I can't do anyway. Well, I have to fix this manually one by one. Wait, let me come here. Do it. I can do it. Okay, here I'm gonna have this. Uh, eh, will this be a very boring live stream where I'm trying to fix this thing? Ah, man. Uh, but maybe in the end of this, you don't have any type check errors. That would be fun on it in its own. Maybe I don't know. Uh, wow, I have so many menus. Okay. Anyway, while I was doing this, there's this multi-cursor keyboard shortcut where I use over here when I want to select multiple rows. I'll hold on my Command Option key and then the arrow key down, 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 like this. And hopefully fixing this by itself uh, is worthwhile. Oh, I didn't know that I created so many menus. There's so many menus out there. Shit. Wow. Just at formats. Uh, am I almost done? Oh, okay. I am almost done. Okay, you can do this. Eh, okay, okay, okay. And clean this up. Data. I think we are almost at the last menu right now. Tools, extensions, and help. Okay, okay, we are done. And now to our drop down. Um, so here, your type. Oh no, we need the menu so that we can destructure later on. So this is menu, cons type equals to menu. And then now here, not all of the menu can be either type name icon and can be a menu itself or can have action, right? So let's see, if children, I think we will need to check if menu dot action, then we do something about it. This is the menu dot action. I guess I can say action in menu. Set what to do. TypeScript is not happy with this. Anyway, let me see. This is also mouse events have key events. What is this? I'm gonna ignore this for now. How do I ignore Svelte accessibility warnings? Oops. Um, let's see. What do you do? Svelte ignore. Okay, we not quite a big part of the warnings. And then here, menu in action. Here, I think it's our type as well, right? Our type, uh, our menu type. It's if it's a menu, then you have an action. If you are a menu item, you have an action. If you are menu itself, you do not. I think let me make it kind of similar. I'm gonna say, hey, hold on, drop down. So for children, you have no idea whether you are a menu or menu item, right? And there's no way to differentiate between you are a menu or menu item. I think that's what is wrong with here. So here I'm maybe gonna say this one is fine. Never. See. Will this help? Um, yeah, I think so. No, I think menu is either a menu is always this. How do I differentiate between a menu and a menu item? Here menu. Oh, this is always a menu, and then if you have children, uh, menu or menu item array. Okay, menu or menu item array. So it's array of menu or menu item. A menu item we probably will need to export as well. This okay now children is does not always be there. Uh action. Okay, so so we can either I think this children is undefined and this one action for now I think we're gonna just do it like this. And then so now both of them has menu action and children. Okay, so now you're not complaining. Um so cell for to get the cell what we need to do is I think we are setting a context through the entire feed, no, entire page. There's this context called feeds. So we're gonna get that and get the current feeds and then get the current cell of the current feeds. So let me search for get context feed, current feeds. Let's see my drop down over here. I'm gonna get current feeds. Okay, get context. I'm gonna import and then context. Current feeds is a feed. So here, let's see our types. Over here, feeds gives us the feeds and the active cell, which gives us the column and row number and the feeds. Okay, so what I need to do is actually have to convert this active cell. I have to get the cell from here. I need to get the active cell, convert the address, and then I get the value from the feed. And Yeah, so something like this where I have to get the column name, row name, and then gets this, right? And you see I've been doing that every time. I get a column name, row index, and get a cell name, and then I'm gonna get this right here as well. Property name, hold on. Yeah, I'll calculate the address, get the property name, and then I'm gonna use it to get the value, right? Almost every time I have to calculate the cell name like this, and then gets this cell name, and then gets uh, the cell, right? And then if I sets is also the same thing. I am calculating the get the column name, row index, and then get this thing, and then I set the cell. I feel like this fits. My point is this fits as a map itself is mm, a bit. It's nice that it's addressable by the address, but it's a bit annoying that every time when I want to get something or reset something, I have to get the current index, convert it into an address, and then um, use it to retrieve the cell. Right. So there's two ways to do this in my mind, and I want to do it right now. There's two ways to do this. One is that um, if you take a look at the type, right? One is that active cell, maybe we can have it to return another methods called get address, right? So every time we can use this active cell to um, get an address first. So this logic of converting the cell column and row index into a address, and then this will return us the address, and we use this, right? So something like this gives us an address, and then we use this to address the street map. Another thing is that if you notice so far, when I try to search, we are basically just use the get and sets method of the map so far. So maybe we can change this a bit. Um, Instead of actually a map, it's actually an object that is backed by the map itself, that has the method of say um, that has the method to say to get and to set the cell, right? So the get is to get the string address string, and then return us the switch cell. The set is the address and the string, and then the cell, switch cell, and then return void. But we can also add more methods, right? For example, get by active cell, get by, let's say, get by a column and row. Here I'm going to pass in a column number, row number, column and row, and then give us the switch cell, right? I probably would prefer this way. Then my map, I can control what are the useful methods that I can provide from here. Active cell is still focused on more on the column and row, right? Something like that. Yeah, it's there's no right or wrong answer to this. It's just your personal preference. Let me take a drink. Can't believe we spent so much time on fixing the TypeScript. Now I'm back on track on implementing this. So here, that is life of a front end developer. Anyway, let me get back to here, where we are creating this feed. Create fits the map, right? Now I'm gonna this is a map. Here I am gonna return an object like this. How come there's no errors? Type. Oh, because we're not saying this is a speech. Oh, this should give me an error, right? Even just now, when we do this, should give me an error. Yeah, it's not follow the interface. So I'm gonna make it the get address string will return us the switch.get address. The set address string cell switch cell return the sets address cell. And then lastly, we get by column row. This is the column and the row. This we are going to return. We're gonna get the address, right? So I think we have done this multiple times, like this one. So here I'm gonna get the column name using the column, row name using the row, and then I'm gonna get the address, which is the column name plus row index. So return suite dot get this one, get by column and row, and yeah, and I think we can also refactor this a bit to make it a function. We'll call it row column to address, row column to address, column name plus row index. This is the column number, row number. Okay, and here I'm gonna change this a bit to here. Column and row. I don't need this. Here I can do that as well. Column and row. Okay. Now, so switch.get here, I think a lot of places I can change a bit. Here I can get by column and row, if cell. Here gets right. So see, I don't need this as well. So here actually I can change this to get by. Okay, what is get by column and row, column row. This, this, and then this simpler. Here I can this one. Okay, this one is okay. Here as well. I feel like probably I've been repeating myself. The cell. Okay, it's okay. I think this is good. And let's see. Where am I? Am I here? Okay. Let's get back to here. Where were I? Okay, so here I have my speeds. I have the cell. I think I've done a bit of cleanup. I think the thing I'm gonna do is the menu bar will drop down. We are going to get the current cell, right? So here I'm gonna say current switch gets by column row, and then here a current switch no dot active on. I think I can destructure that actually. Switch and this is the active cell, right? So actually this is this one. And this is and give us a cell. Okay, so manual action. Okay, so I hope that everything shrinks together. So if I try to, um, I think probably can't tell from here, but if I click here, format, bold, inspect, probably don't see anything at all, right? No effect. You have no idea whether it works or not. So I think I need to trust that it works, and we're gonna go to our cell, and we're gonna check. We're gonna style this if the style.bold is true, right? So here, this is the style, right? So here, I am gonna come here and then say style bold, no, font weight equals to this current cell. Wait, where's the display value? That's style equals to cell.style. And here I'm gonna say style bold. True, it's bold. It's not. It's maybe just unset it and see what it does. And now, so if I have my normal cell and this is the other cell, and of course you have seen this, right? So here, if I say formats bold, then you see that it turns bold. Okay. Um. Um. Yeah. So I think it's probably a bit hard to do, like, you know, we'll probably will have need to figure a clean first of all, this is, I think we need to fix this Z index. Let's come back, menu, drop down, menu. Oh, hold on, let's take a look at overview. So let's take a look at our elements tree, right? When you have issues with Z index, I think the first thing you look at is the element tree. So if I try to inspect over here, you can see that this is my header. This is the main, right? And now, if I set the header Z index, uh, uh, so the header should always be on top of the main, right? So if I come over here and I try to set a maybe Z index to 1, and the main is maybe, okay, maybe this is like 2, and the main is 1, right? Then it's always whatever on top of the header is always whatever is inside the header, no matter what Z index it is, it should be always on top of everything on the main, right? So you have two stacking contexts or two Z index contexts where this part is always on top of the main, right? I think, and then yeah, we don't have to think about the inner go and find the inner elements and then like raise the Z index or whatever. I think for now we can always assume that it's always on top of whatever inside the main. So we can come back to the page and do that, right? The top bar, the header, Z index is 2. Of course, you can have a file, or maybe CSS variables to keep keep track of this thing, right? So yeah, I mean that's actually a good idea, and let's do that, right? So here maybe in our in our page, in our container, this is like the root of the whole page, right? This section over here, this is the root of everything. We can set some CSS variables, they'll be available throughout the um, the children elements, right? So here, for example, if I can come here and say maybe z index for a header, so is 2, and z index for main is 1. And if I want to, and then I can go to the header and main and set it over there, right? So for example, so here my top bar, the z index is based on the header, and then the switch is based on the main. Then I can come over here and I can go to the main page and then tweak about this. And go here and tweak about it, and yeah, I can swap it, and I don't have to go to find the actual elements or components to figure that out separately, right? So that is one way you could do that. And now let's see, I have a bowl. I can bold this, right? Okay, so I think nothing I want to point out is when I come here and I set a bold, I can set italic, underline, strike through, and every time when I set, um, I kind of have to, in a cell, I have to figure out like what is the corresponding one to set the style, mm, right? But I think that's all right, right? Instead of the menu to figure instead of having the menu uh to okay, why is this again TypeScript? No, okay, type. No. Instead of having here, instead of having like this menu to figure out the style itself should be, I think we let the we let the cell itself to figure out like what is the actual CSS property that it generates. Yeah, so I guess it's up to you on how you want to design this. I'm not really sure what's the best way of doing it. One way is let me reiterate like what options that we have. One is we could come over here and say maybe style. We can like maybe the style is the CSS style, and then you can say maybe set any CSS styles over here. Say for example, font, maybe like the um, font weight is equals to bold, right? Have the logic over here, and then the style over here. Then we're just gonna turn that object into a string directly without having to um, do any transformation. That is one way. Um, but that would mean that in every place in menu, in also the action bar, each of them in every point um, that you can change it to bold, right? One is over here where you click on the bold. Another place will be later on if you have over here where you set it to bold, or you can go to any cell and command B to set it to bold. Um, right? Then each of them you will have to know what's the CSS property to set, right? You have maybe you can rerun the same function, but then if not, then you probably will have to figure it out. So I was thinking maybe we can have alternative number two. Option number two is that we can say in the style we design what are the um, properties that can be changed. Like say for example bold, or maybe let's see, we have bold, we have italic, we have the underline, and then you just set this uh, or strike through. So you just set them as Boolean values, right? And then like this, me just make it toggleable. We set them as a boolean value, and as a boolean value, then we can actually and then only in the cell itself over here we take this object and then figure out um what is the correspond CSS styles if the if the bool is true, if this is true, if that is true, right? So that is another way of doing. So here maybe instead of like do so yeah yeah doing that, right? So for example we have something like get style with this style object over here. Of course, you can also have CSS properties that looks like this, CSS, the style attribute, and then have a lot of them for different um, case, font style, and then things like that. I think um, that will probably, so for example, font size. I guess that will probably will make this a bit too long and then a bit distracting. So I would say maybe we have a function called get style that returns a string that we can assign to this style attribute directly. So I'm gonna change a bit over here, and then get style. Of course, we have to implement that ourselves. So here function get style. Here this one the style is the what is this? Svelte style. Uh, how do I get the value of the how how do I get the value of this? Hey, do we have a type that I can get the value out of a writable star? Let me think. Writable, writable store values. No star derived. No. Seems like we do not have a type to get the values of a star. Okay, probably we have to write one. So here, let's see. I'm gonna have a file called. I already have a file called types, right? Um, okay, maybe no. Let me have another file called. Uh, let's see. Folder lib util utilities type utilities ts. We're gonna have a get star value a parameter. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to create a type called get star value. And what it does is that if I'm going to put in a writable star over here, like this, okay, writable like this, maybe like a string. What I want is the A is a string. Okay, I want to get the inner stuff over here, right? So let me also import the writable. Okay, this is what I want. Okay, so get store value from, okay, yeah. So what I can do is I pass in this t, right? And now a is actually quite any. If I put string, then because this a is string, but this could be anything, right? This could be if the b is an object, right? So say for example row number, then I want the b to be um, row number. Okay, so now it's not. So what I can do is that I'll first check t. If it looks like this, if it extends a writable um, string, then I want the string. Not maybe I will just say never for now, right? So here now a is because this is writable string, then a is a string, but this is not a string, then b is now a never. Uh, so now again, maybe t extends something else, say writable row number, uh, then I'm gonna say row number, and then this is never because I don't know what it's gonna be, right? And then this is what we're gonna get. Because but then this type over here can be anything, right? So it does not make sense to keep writing this like extents of any like string, then it's string. If it's number, it's number. Then it will be like endlessly trying to iterate all the possibilities. So what we can do here is in extents, we can maybe ask TypeScript to tell us what this type is. We can infer what this type is. And I'm gonna so infer and then you say maybe a variable name, right? So here I'm gonna call a maybe call like infer value. Okay, this is just a variable name. I can use any I can yeah anything I can just it's just a variable name, right? So infer a value and then if this extends like a writable with anything, but then TypeScript please infer the value for me, and then if this looks like an writable, then I can return this value as the value, right? On else I'm going to say maybe never. Right? With this, now a now looks like a string because it infers that it is writable, and then this we just infer it out as a string, then you return a string. Now a is a string. But here, if it looks like an writable, but this part is a row number, and infer the value, it's a row number. So now b it's now row number object, right? So this is the get star value. So it uses this extends like conditional and then try to infer something out of this. So of course, if you don't like t, you can say this is maybe a writable star, possibly writable star. So it is possibly writable star extends a writable and something like that. Okay, I think this star. Okay, so if this star extends this, and yeah, this value and not. So here we have this star value. Um, let's see. Do I need to configure anything? I'm not sure. Let's see whether I can. Um, import. So now in my where were I? Okay, now I need to say uh, get star value from this writable star. Now the style is now the Svelte cell style. Oh, actually I did export it. But anyway, just export it. But anyway, we create a new type. So here with this, we can now return maybe a string for now. So we're gonna look through the this is in probably an object. We're gonna look through the keys or figure out like what is the value that we can have. The switch. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna look through the keys and then probably build up the CSS string. So and then of course for each of the properties it has its own CSS string, right? So what I can think of is maybe I use an array to collect all the possible CSS string over here, and then in the end I'm gonna join them with a empty string. So this is a string. So here next is that I'm gonna look through the style key in style. The key can be anything. We'll switch through the key. if it's style, once I look through it, it's just a key. Let's see, object dot keys key. I think this also not give us the all the possible types that we say. Okay, never mind. If it's bold, then probably we're gonna say results dot actually we don't have to look through. We're just gonna have a lot of if else. If style, because every time we look through, we have to check the key and then go to jump to the keys and then do something. But we're not really sure. But anyway, maybe just do a simple way first. Style.bold, then result dot push font weight bold. With style dot italic, result dot push. What's gonna be for italic? Oops, something is wrong. Let's see what's wrong. Hold on, I think everything's done. So what's the CSS that we need if it's italic? I guess it's a font style, italic, right? Okay, so font style italic. Can I have both? Actually, I'm thinking. I have both italic and strike through for font style. Font style italic. There's no strike through. Then italic. Oh, I think it's a font text decoration. Text decoration strike the line. Okay, so it's if style underline dot push font style. Oh, text underline. Okay. And let's see. So here I can underline. Sorry, I can format. I can underline, and I can strike through at the same time. Right. So can I have CSS that do that? Line through. Can I have both line through and underline? Okay, I can. Okay, so so meaning the text decoration, I can have to have multiple values, right? So in that case, maybe the result should be an object. And then I iterate through. So for example, if it's an object, then I can say this is font weight is the bold. States, and then instead if style dot a true. How do I do this? Underline line true. I need to figure out how do I join this, and then I can combine it. Results. For now, hold on. This one, it should be a record of string string or string array. This makes sense. Actually, no, actually I don't have to, I just make it a string. I think this one I can have a more, I can do this together, strike through. Font decoration. Oh, what's the difference between a font decoration and a text decoration? Decoration. Text decoration. Is there a font decoration? Ah, okay. I think okay. I think it's text decoration. Yeah, I thought something that I don't really know about. Anyway, so here I can say, if this is style, the underline and text decoration. I think let me make it a string. Here the push line through. This is the underline. This is the strike through. And this one is the text decoration dot join a empty space. Okay, now I have a record of string and string. Then I'm gonna combine them into a CSS equals to a string of for cons result um, key in result. And let's say CSS plus equals to uh, this key result. And then CSS. Let's see whether it works. I think with this, we can go to our drop down and actually add more menu, right? Since we already added quite a few of them. Right here, the action, we can say, let's copy this. The italic. And we can do this again for the underline and strike through. Okay, so let's see whether it works. Here okay, this is of Google. Okay, here, let me clear this. So here, if I have a cell, and if I format bold, wait, hold on. Underline, strike through. I think it works, right? Except that I think this resets all the CSS CSS styles that was being added by the style directives. I feel like this was a bug that being raised before. Let's see. A okay, change log. This fix? No. Feels like the style attribute should come above the existing CSS. Should be always overriding, but a missing R in the address in sets. Oh, okay. Did I? Hold on, let me check. So here, switch in the address in sets address. You are missing R in the address in sets. Types types.ts. Oh, types.ts. Types.ts. Ah, okay. Thanks. Hi. Uh okay. Let's see. A package JSON Svelte 44. I have a feeling that it's been fixed before because I feel like I've seen it before. Um Not 8, no. What's my Svelte version? A 51. Oh, that's quite new. Okay, never mind. Let's upgrade this and see whether this is a bug or this is something that we have to work around with for now. Let's see. Svelte 3.1. And here we go. No, pm install. Okay. Yarn dev. And let's refresh. Okay, so I was cell over here. Wait, let me put it over here. And then formats all. Okay, it jumps because the I think it sets the style and then ignores the whatever initial all this that we have over here. This is kind of annoying. So workaround for this one is let's see. Okay, a workaround with this one is I'm gonna use a I'm gonna use an action for this. I'm gonna use an action. Oh wait, hold on. Does the order matter? I don't think so. Right? Wait, it does. No, it works. Okay, so here, if I come over here, format. Oh, okay. I think what happened is this is also being override, right? But then it's because the this it fills up this gap, so now this moves to the first gap it has. So imagine if I try to set some style over here, then probably will move to this cell because this cell is now empty. Yeah, which is a weird in a way, because this now the row and the column is being unset by the style over here. So we have the 1, 2, 3 that is being set by the style. So I guess workaround will be no longer able to write the mix up this and this together. anyway, probably should be a bug, but let's work around is that we're gonna have this, and then row is the row, the column is the column, and then the, no, actually, I just, right, and then the width, this width, gonna be this. That's later on. This now, and let's see. Right, so refresh. Here, I come over here, format bold. Hey, hold on, you can't see. Here, format bold, underline, italic, bold, underline, and strike through. Okay, pretty nice. Great. So, I guess we could kind of call it a day, right? So here, I think we have a font size here. It's kind of similar where we can copy this and then set the size of the font. For example, this is gonna be font size gonna be 6. And here in our cell, we in a get style, we can say if the style dot font size, then result font size equals to style font size plus px. And so if I come here and set the font size to 6, then it's 6 pixels, which is quite small. Probably shouldn't be literally 6 pixel, but something that is like smaller. I believe you set to 6, it is this 6 pixels? Maybe it is. Okay, anyway, that is one thing we can slightly touch up. But one thing I want to focus on a bit before we call it a day is that if you come over here to the menu, you can see that I'm using the updates because if I'm gonna set an object instead, like cell.style.set something instead, it will, I need to pass in an object, and I need to probably will go to the style, like the existing value, and then update something, right? So I will have to read the value of the style, and then and this is actually a writable, so I probably will have to get the value and then overwrite. That's like font size equals 6, something like that. That's why I did not do that and went for using an update so that I can modify it directly. Um, but this is quite a lot of lines writing. So usually in that case, when you have writables and you have methods to update it, and you feel that when you often do certain scenarios, and that's certain scenarios, when you're going to do that, realize you have to write quite a few lines of code to achieve it, then probably that's when you can look at the writable and maybe add some more methods to it so that you can do more things, right? So for example, in active cell, you see we added a move method, right? So here we can add a maybe a update style method, right? So update style yle method void. Here um here what I would have is maybe let's see. Yeah, so I think maybe not update style, but like set style and toggle style. So the toggle would be for cases like bold, where you can toggle it. And then set style will be for cases like font size, where you can set a value, right? So here, we can a we can have a whoops. It really depends on the so here we'll have a key and a value, and then the type for the value depends on what is the key that you specify, right? So here I'm gonna say t also key of the stance. So the key I'm gonna say is t, which is the key of the fit cell style. Then so the T, you see it's key of this fit cell style. Then the value will be the fit cell style T. So for example, if you see here, we can call cell.set style.set style. Here if I say if it's a font size, then here it's a value, right? Great. Do this. And for toggle style, then probably we will, I think this one is the key, no, this one is the key of fit cell style. Um, so I want it to be just a Boolean type, key for when it's Boolean. Um, let's see whether we have a way to do that. I can check the value. It will be a okay. So let's see. So here I have an object. Looks like this, right? Um, I want to get the key that the value is Boolean. So, okay, first of all, the key type will be the key equals to key of cell style, right? Key. Um, the value is the cell style key. Oh, okay, okay. I think I know what we can have over here. TypeScript utility types. Uh, we can pick. No, we can. Um, we can omit a certain key. This is like, I don't know. No. Map types, key mapping, map conditional types. T extends, no. Map types. key of s in key of s. Okay. I don't think I can think of anything for now. So you can check. We can do some omitting. No, omit is for object. When you omit a key, um, the return, no, the exclude is where we need to find what keys to exclude from, right? So here we are in the type of either any keys, right? Bold, italic, you underline, strike through font size, and we want to get the keys that only Boolean. Key of. Can we do that? Extends. Okay. Say for example, if I say I have a type called filter non-boolean that takes in a type, say for t, and if this t extends boolean, then I return whatever it is, or else I'm gonna say never. Of course, t is extends key of speed. Tell. Oh, okay, filter non-boolean. And if I filter it this way, then the key, oh, because it's not here. Okay, never mind. I don't think it's possible for now. I can't think of it. So let me know if you can think of anything. And here I have my toggle, right? Toggle style, this one. So here for my bold, italic, underline, I'm going to use the toggle, and it's much easier, right? Style.toggle, bold. Here I'm going to toggle the italic. Here I'm going to toggle the underline. And lastly, you're going to toggle the strike through. Plus, we have to implement them, right? So here in my fit, you see, first the cell, with split cell. See, now it's throwing an error because It only have writable, but it does not have that two methods. So I'm gonna quickly write them. So here, I'm gonna move this to a variable itself, style. And so now this style has three methods. Firstly, of course, to fulfill the writable store, you have the set style.set. You have the update style.update. Of course, importantly, you have subscribe, where you have style.subscribe. And now, of course, we need to add that two more method, which is the set style and toggle style. So set style will be you have the key and value. Let's say the style dots update. Same thing, we are still using the updates, and we can get the original style, the style um, the store value. So of course you're not in a Svelte components, then the dollar sign doesn't really mean anything. It's gonna tell you that this is actually the store value rather than the store itself. Style dot key equals to the value, return the store. Um, then eh, key value style. Oh, of course this is not the right. This writable is the spell is fit cell style. And toggle style will be the key. And then we have the same thing. Time round, this one will be the not this one. It's all define. I need to figure out why. Probably we need to filter out all the Boolean values that will solve this. Boolean key for the Boolean values. Right. So here now we have toggle style, set style. Our menu looks simpler now. We can toggle a style like this, right? And we could also set style like this. I think we can simplify by make it a one-liner. Here I can now quickly go and oops, I have two action. Go to do this, and then of course to set the right font size. Okay, save this. And now let's get back to it. We have our cell. We can still bold. Oh no, it's not working now. What did I do? Toggle function. I think we just implemented, that's why. Let's refresh this. Internal error. Okay, no wonder it's not working because it does not refresh. Let's see. Here the error is. Hey, there's no error. Error. Okay, let's see what do we have over here. Export name. Oh, okay, so types. Okay. The requested module does not provide export name fit cell style. Ah, okay. It's not. It needs to be a type. Let's save this. refresh. Okay, it's working. So here, I think this one, yeah, nicer way to write is actually like this. Okay, so here I have my cell. I can format bold, italic, underline, strike through. I can change my font size 6, 7, 8, 10, 9, 12, 24, 6, 36. Of course, if it's 36, I need to make this cell height wide, taller and wider and stuff like that. That's something that we will have to figure out in the next Svelte weekend. Okay, so I think this time around we've managed to see how we can write, make our cell to have some styles. Of course, right now we are quite limited by what we can do over here: bold, italic, underline, strike through, and setting font sizes. But you've seen how we do it by basically going to the a cell. Previously we have two writable stores, the value and the formula. Now we added one more, which is the style, which allows us to do style. So it's actually just a writable store that's an object that sets, like, you can have different properties. And later on, we also find that every time we have to update a certain style is a bit hassle. So we finally a provide two methods called set style and toggle style, so that we can a uh, we can easily set them, right? So in the menu, you can see that we use a toggle style. You get the cell, and then with the toggle style. And for font size, we use the update style, right? So far, that's it that we have done today. And along the way, we did a little bit of TypeScript fixing here and there, refactoring a bit on um, the way that we get our cell based on the row and column number. By also same thing, we added new methods to our store. Wait, where is it? Here, right? We added new methods to our switch object. We can not just get sets, we also have get by column and row, right? So I think that's it for this weekend, and I shall see you in the next weekend. Bye bye.